Hello everybody, here is Jeanne Games and welcome to another video from the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Last time, all the choices that we made so far determined a few events, and also I'm curious to see what the color that Father Urchin put on me will have. I don't know what the story behind that is, but let's hope we'll still manage to take care of that. Okay, that was a moment of respite. And now, at age 24, year 1942, the Emperor's heirs in danger. News from the capital quickly reached every corner of the Empire. Jeanne and Flavius, the heirs of the throne, have left the Emperor Palace for the province of Monia, which is ruled by Great Chancellor Agerius Monroe. The Great Chancellor has accused the Emperor's court of harboring malefactors conspiring against the imperial heirs. That's why he had offered them shelter and safety in his own impregnable citadel. The common people are particularly worried by the news. They take it as a sign of the Chancellor is seeking to solidify his power by holding the heirs hostage. If this continues, Monroe could coerce the Emperor in revoking the imperial law, thus deprivating the commoners' estate of any and all rights. All hope for reform in the Empire has vanished. From farmer to rich industrialist, the commoners are growing desperate. In your province, the authorities are trying their best to put the people at ease. The magistrate of Anizat makes a speech from his balcony to the excited crowd below. Trust in your emperor, good people. The imperial heirs are the future of the great Tempest dynasty. The emperor has made a wise decision to send them far away from the scheming court. Great Chancellor Monroe will take good care of them and keep them safe. All glory to the Empire, all glory to the Tempest. Power -1 and misery and devastation. That can be good. Chapter Peacetime ends soon. Examine possible chapter endings to check the way you are ahead. To achieve the goals you have chosen, you will have to meet all the conditions to end the chapter. The trial of sorcery. Since the incident with the priestess Ariadella, Patriarch Cassius has mostly retreated from the public eye and stopped preaching. A coincidence? No one can say for sure. Not all witches and mages resemble the pious Ariadella. You still remember Brian, the young boy who ran to your school. If you and Thomas had not stopped him, he would have burned the school to the ground. You cannot help but think the Patriarch may be aiding mages and offering them shelter. The very thought makes you uneasy. You share your concern with Jeanne and Father Urchin. Your mentor nods in support. I've seen this before. Junius Diamond, the Patriarch of Astinia, attempted to protect a couple of sinner ones. There was a priest who was ratting with a witch, and Junius tried to protect them. So perhaps you're right, DNA. Perhaps our Cassius has a soft spot for those abhorrent degenerates as well. I say we should investigate. You exchange glances with Jeanne. Both of you still recall the tribunal in Eterna 5 years ago. It's a shame the Order has no way to secretly gather information about the pariahs that support the Patriarch. Everyone in those pariahs knows each and every Inquisitor by sight. I intend to ask the Secret Chancellery for aid. This should be a simple matter for them. Uncover outlaws who challenge and undermine the Emperor's secret rule, rebels who pose a threat to the Twins' blessed order of the present. The Secret Chancellery wages war on all those foes. You know very little about their other activities. The Order and the Secret Chancellery decide to work together for the long year that follows. The painstaking search for clues and investigation rumors. We examine each and every parish in Magra, trying in vain to find other mages sheltered by the Patriarch. If such mages even exist, you lose nearly all hope of success. But then, one winter night, your efforts are finally rewarded. The sunset outside the window has turned to dusk, but Jeanne still has not returned to the ward. Normally, she would tell you if she were doing something after hours. You grow worried. Seeking reassurance, you approach the champions of fate who stood guard for the day and ask them when they last saw Sister Jeanne. Oh, why Sister Jeanne left early this morning to help the Secret Chancellery. Their agent ran up to her at the doorstep. He gave her a sealed note and they drove away together. He said it was important. They said they found the trail of a runaway mage somewhere in the east edge of the city, in the warehouse in the old walls. I say you should not worry. We checked a dozen such rumors from their agents every month, but we never find anything. Despite the captain's reassurance, you are apprehensive. You tell Agaronim to gather the champions and check on her. You go to the western edge of Anizot. There's almost no residual buildings there, just ruins and warehouse. In fact, it can be quite hard to tell one from the other, as the half-crumbled wall of the edge of the city draws near. You feel your near breath with great urgency. Your apprehension grows. You come to the warehouse. The door is smashed in, ripped off hinge. The inside is splattered with blood. You see racks, furniture and suits. An intense battle was fought here. By the base stair you find a small pile of scorched clothes, the last remnants of someone's lesser death. It looks nothing like Jeanne Cassacks, thanks the twins. There is something on the lip of the shared jacket, a brooch in the shape of a wheel. This belongs to an agent of the Secret Chancellery. On the floor below you, you hear a blow, followed by woman muffled noises. Jeanne could be down there. Captain Agaronim nods. Like a prayer, he whispers the usual words. Inquisitor DNA, you are a weapon. I now must wield. Strike my enemies down until I tell you otherwise. With this order, The champions of fate move out. Their heavy boots thunder down the stairs to the basement, round down behind them. A tunnel, low and dark. Jeanne is there, surrounded by half a dozen figures. Her face is bruised, her lips cracked, her eyes barely open. Her cassock shows several knife cuts soaked with blood. The unknown thugs turn to face you. They have gunpowder power. Shots explode in the dark. Swords flash like bolts of lightning. Screams. One of them summons magical fire in his hands. You clutch hard at a thin silver slab with a prayer to the younger, and the magical flames are dust as the silver melts in your hand. You continue the whispered prayer, starting straight into the mage's eye. At this moment, in this place, it feels easier than ever to invoke the younger ruthless law. The mage glances around as the champions of fate push the outlaws back. Despite the flurry of explosive shots, the rebels' weapons are too slow to reload, and in close combat they were clearly weaker. The mage turns tail and runs away down a long, dark tunnel. You glance back at Jeanne. Blood still oozes from her wounds, but more slowly now. Her head has fallen on her chest. Her eyes are closed. Chase the mage. You give the mage chase, leaving Jeanne behind to bleed. Or you let the mage escape. Right now, saving Jeanne's life means more to you. You give the mage the chase, leaving Jeanne behind to bleed. Capture the mage if we had, like wearing Jeanne, and help Jeanne. You let the mage escape. Right now, saving Jeanne's life means more to you. So we'll chase the mage. You leave the narrow room and the fighting behind and run after the mage. The tunnel ends in a pile of rubbish concealing the secret passage. Once you emerge outside, you pray to the younger once again. Grant me the strength to smite my enemy. Bind him with the power of the law. The silver melts away at your fingertips. Another tiny slab of the twinned black metal has been sacrificed, but they hear your prayer and grant you the power to perform a miracle. A white glove surrounds the mage, binding him, depriving him of the ability to move. He falls down on the road, unable to move or speak. He is crowny, apparently an adolescent. Champions of fate emerge behind you, battered and scared from the fight. Pushing the pound of outlaws ahead of them, Jeanne is nowhere to be seen. You met Captain Agarine's eyes. He slowly shakes his head. Jeanne has died a lesser death, but the sinful mage has been caught. The secret chancellor takes your captive away for questioning. Is Patriarch Castus involved in this? You can only hope that you will learn the answer soon enough. Jeanne returns to the Inquisition ward the next morning. She meets your awkward greeting with a smile. Then, all of a sudden, she grabs you by your arm's cassock. There's something I want to tell you, but not here. Let's go somewhere else. Maybe the yard? The yard of the ward is full of sunlight, and the thick lilac in bloom. No window can see you from behind the lilac tree. I wanted to tell you not to worry about what happened to me. You did the right thing. You caught him. The cost doesn't matter. Our lives are given to us to serve. Her fingers are still there, holding you by the sleeves. You both notice this at the same time. Jeanne, cheeks groping softly, you put your hands over hers. You feel as though you are a child under the silver tree again. Her hands rest in yours. You stand like this until the bell rings for the noon ceremony. Jeanne pulls her hand away and looks at you. Her face shows embarrassment, fear, and joy. She takes a step backwards, then another, her eyes still meeting you. Then she quickly turns away and hurries inside. Her hand clutches to her chest. Revelation! It has been several months since Jeanne was rescued from the insurgents. You learned that a mage hunted by the secret chancellery was a rebel, a member of the clandestine society who took refuge in a local parish. Father Urchin took it upon himself to personally interrogate the abbot about the parish. The priest confessed to the crime. He even confirmed that Peter Cassis was involved. According to the abbot, he accepted the mages an acolyte at the parish after the patriarch vouched for him personally. However, you are aware of the methods Father Urchin employs to extract his confession. The abbot words may be far from truth. You cannot help but suspect that Urchin made the abbot lie, all the blame on Cassius for his own mysterious reasons. Jeanne, on the other hand, is more eager than ever to believe that the patriarch is guilty. We must put Cassius on trial before the new sacred conclave. The patriarch stands before the twins, and they will judge our entire flock based on him. If the newly chosen patriarch is a heretic, who knows what blasphemous obscenities he will utter in their presence. The evidence you have is not enough to bring the patriarch to trial. However, Urchin intends to use your information to destroy Cassius' public image and his support among the clergy. Your scared mission is looking more and more like a dirty political game, and you find this sickening, this desperate for a change of scenery. You seek solace in a walk through the familiar alleys of Anisote. You notice something different. An unusual number of people on the streets of Anisote are armed. Not just noble, even commoners have defied their lot by carrying small hatchets and clubs tucked in their belts. Father spoke of this at the dinner table last night. The city gendarmes are unable to maintain order in the streets. The commoner members of the lesser quorum are calling for the common folk to fight for their rights, while the nobles are mired in the outgoing struggle between Archduke Tyrannus Milandus and the Imperial Overseer Gaius Tempest. You feel uneasy. People are being to challenge Isatius' vision of the lots. Too many now reject the divine law that brought order to the empire by shackling its subjects' destiny to the lots. The empire is changing, and you cannot help but feel a sense of foreboding, as though some dreadful world-shaking event is about to take place. You do not remember how your legs guided you to the silver tree. As always, a profound sense of tranquility descends upon you. You close your eyes and whisper words of gratitude. As you pray, you hear a loud voice in the distance. A monk you have never met is preaching. The most sorrowful thing that happened when the twins descended to our world was the deaths of on opposite shores of the river Eterna. The elder was torn apart by the mobs. However, from love, madness, or some other purpose, we do not know. At that very moment, the younger disappeared as well, gone in a flash of light. And so a brief but terrible time of trouble began. The people were lost, unsure of what to do. The twins had told them of the peak and the foot of the shining pillar, but before they could tell the people how to reach the peak and met them in the hereafter, they were gone. 12 years passed between the day of the twins died and the day Isatu's beloved disciple of the elder described the twins as will, love, and law in his first book. And then, 2 years later, Isatu received his second revelation, and thus the second book was written. And in this book, the prophet taught us how to live a righteous life and earn a place at the peak of the shining pillar. In the hereafter, and all of the faithful found peace at last. With this understanding, the three lost came to be. We linger for a moment to listen to the sermon before moving on. You see few armed men in the slums and almost no guardsmen. Anisot still seems so peaceful here, just like in the days of your youth. Men and women pass by one narrow street, busy with their lives. You hear children's voices in the yard. Two boys are pushing at each other by a fence. They are almost the same height, and both are thin, light-headed brown hair. One of them shouts at the other, "Don't do that, Mom's gonna punish us. She told us to stop." His voice echoes in your head. The world around you ripples and quivers. The color grows more vivid for a moment, then instantly turn pale. Everything is getting brighter and brighter. There is a light coming from the silver tree. It fills the slums. It hurts to look at. A brilliant flash of blinds you. The light draws out everything. You see a crowd of people. Their faces are blurred and indescribable, like faded old paintings. They are listening to a man's silhouette standing before them. You cannot hear his words, but you can feel the love emanating from him. It washes over everyone like a wave of warmth. He is a wise teacher offering guidance to his disciples. The peasants crawl up to the teacher on his hands and knees. He is harnessed to a plow. He reaches out in a desperate plea. The teacher removes the peasant's harness. He helps him to his feet and hands him a sword. And in this act, there is love. You have felt this sensation only months before. You cannot remember when. It is unquestionable, endless, absolute. The softened touch like a hand wiping the tears from a child's face. The next moment, another silhouette appears beside the first. You hear skips. Your heart skips a beat. Crime is always followed by punishment, inevitable, merciful retribution. The judge's sentence. This is right. This is how it must be. The judge is here. He craves justice. The law is one, the same for all. The teacher is alone. His audience disappeared, dissolving like shadow. The judge approaches the teacher, steps forward to him, his arm open in an embrace. The judge's sword suddenly raises to meet him. The image freezes before you, both silhouettes disappear in the light of the silver tree. The sentence has been rendered, the lot fulfilled. And then you are surrounded by the slums of the Anisot once again. The encircled cross of the twins feels hot against your chest, burning your skin even through your cassock. You breathe in ragged, the blood pounding in your temples. You have experienced an inexplicable revelation, a vision given to those seeking answers, those such as Prophet Isatius. And in this revelation is bursting out to you. It must be interpreted correctly. Go to Father Leonard. You go to the temple by the silver tree to share this revelation with a priest of the new faith. Go to Jeanne. You walk to Jeanne's home to share this revelation with a follower of the old faith. Like the latter D, for a brief moment you become one with something greater than yourself, and I get each thought increased, or go home. You go to your family. They are more dear to you than anyone else in the world, and you want to share this revelation with them. I will go to Jeanne. You walk for some hours in Anisot. The sun lingers for a long time in the heavens, but when the sky grows dark, dusk comes suddenly. You appear on Jeanne's doorstep at the very moment when the glow of the sunset gives way to the darkness. DNA, I wasn't expecting it to be you. I thought it was one of the sisters. They often visit me at this hour. Well, come in. Did something happen? You enter. Her house is tiny. A single room with a bed, a small table, the icons of the twins, a shelf of books, and a narrow wardrobe. Jeanne offers you the only chair and sits on the edge of the bed. You sigh deeply a couple of times, then begin to talk. Jeanne piles you with questions, asking you to describe certain details again and again. When you're done, you are both silent for a while. You've had a revelation. Actually, I think I know what it means. It means that even the twins have their own lots, just as we have ours. And just as they follow their lots, so must we follow ours. The elder is love, but for the sake of his love, he defied the law. He took away the people's preordained lots and gave them others. Then, what the elder did, he did because he could not act in any other way. Such is the lot of love. And the younger did what he did because he could not act in any other way. He had to punish his brother for his crime. For the younger is the law. He is the judge and the executioner. And in the nature of law, that everyone must find the punishment they duty deserve, even if that someone is a god. Could you please tell the people of Anisot about your revelation during tomorrow's ceremony? You agree. The next day you preach a sermon by the silver tree. Your words are met with outrage among the new believers, but the noble and old believers receive it well. Your sermon is further proof of the right rule, and the common folk are reminded that the lots are unshakable. That evening, to your surprise, Stefan greets you at the door of the family home. He looks at you with uncustomary admiration. I was at your ceremony today. The way you reminded the people of their duties was truly inspirational. The twins sent you this revelation so you could put those heretics and their false ideas in their place. I'm sure of it. And so are all the other nobles who were at the Silver Tree today. The El Vermonts and the El Velascos sent their warm regards. You thank him, perhaps your brother would like to share a prayer with you. Together you kneel before the icon of the twins and thank them. In the trembling candlelight, the younger image seems to give you a slight nod of approval. The fire. This event is a consequence of your previous action. It is a beautiful morning. You are accompanying Inquisitor Urchin to the site of a recent fire. A new temple on the western edge of the city was burned down this night. But as Inquisitors, we have to visit these smoldering ruins, but I have no intention of staying long. This temple is no great loss. It was built with the donation of the new believers, hoping to find a spiritual refugee there. I don't think the Inquisition should waste its time looking for the person who started this fire. The scorched frame of the temple resembled an enormous skeleton. An arched stretch hangs in the air. The parishioners who fought the fire all night are wandering about, dazed and covered in ash. You find the old abode of the temple, Father Ignatius, sitting by a tiny pile of salvaged items. His grey eyes are full of tears. Inquisitors, just look at this. We collected donations for 4 years to build this temple. People gave us the last of their money. We almost finished it. The first service was already scheduled. We built a school nearby to teach the local children letters and numbers, but it went up in flames too. The icon of the twins, our book, it's all gone. Those renegades set fire to our temple. No one else could have committed such a crime. Tell me, Urchin, will you find those godless wretches? You will punish them, won't you? I'll speak frankly about Ignatius. This new faith of yours is a heresy and must be persecuted like any other false doctrine. The shrine you call a temple was burned down by the will of the twins. Whoever sets it on fire did the Inquisition a favor. If it were up to me, both you and Father Leonhard would have been burned to the stake long ago. The old man is astounded by his discreetness. He stands up shaking. His voice sounds unusually loud. How dare you say such things? We are on the same faith. We both serve the twins. We both teach people and set them on the path to the peak of the pillar. And you call me a heretic? You have defied the laws and the law of the younger along with them. Your laymen erected this temple without the church's authorization. Your laymen study the sacred writings and interpret their laws themselves. Your teachings are a venom that is destroying the ancient order of the blessed Arcanian Empire. It is the duty of our order to protect people from such a heresy. Only wooden boards and stones were burned human souls were saved. I think our duty as Inquisition is done here, DNA. You would like to stay a little longer, as you wish, but don't waste too much time. As the urchin walks away, Abbot Ignatius follows him with a bitter look. The parishioners gather around the hearth, around hesitantly. It's all right, my good people, despair not. This is not the first time we have been persecuted. It pains me to hear such words from our brother in faith, from those who are supposed to protect us against the godless. The Inquisition may have given free rein to our enemies. The Patriarch himself may turn a blind eye to our grief, but the hatred of men will not block our path to the twins. We will persevere. We will not yield. We will start the collection again and rebuild our temple for the glory of the twins. The parishioner meets this speech with dishonored cheers, but you see despair and exhaustion in their face. Your duty as a priest is to set people to the path of the twins. What is the best course of action here? Rebuild the temple. You will convince your father to donate some of the family funds to the cause. I don't think that would help. Or punish the arsonist. You will investigate the arson if it means going against urchin, even if it means going against urchin, or admonish the parishioners. Here and now you will admonish the parishioners who burned the temple and bring them back to the old faith and the lots. You raise your hand, calling for attention. In their love, the twins gave us the law, and this law established the order of the empire. The empire must follow. These people must renounce the false teaching of Photis and return to the true faith. They must remember their lots and observe them humbly and obedient. The temple that burned down will not be restored, since it had no place in the city. Such a temple does not belong anywhere in the empire, just as the teaching of the new faith does not belong here. As he listens to your speech, Abbot Ignatius only clenches his fist in frustration. Seeing that this is the only answer they are going to get, the people slowly leave the scorched wasteland. You look at the short statue of the twins. Their black faces appear twisted with rage. The persecution of the new believer is getting more and more aggressive. The only safe place left for the followers of Photis to gather is the Temple of the Silver Tree. But sooner or later, the devotees of true faith will get to it as well. We are now Silver Tongue. The new faith persecuted. The new faith faces ruthless persecution throughout Magra, with no hope for reconciliation between the two doctrines. The illegitimate girl. Okay, so we have this, and that's it. This is not good. Okay, your home is quiet tonight. Father is away abrupting disputes in Magra's village. Stefan is visiting on his high-placed patrons. After a dinner spent in silence, everyone retreats to their chamber. You are about to retire for the night when Gloria calls you out. Jeanne, wait a minute, I have an important favor to ask. Your sister leads you to her long-time refugee, the library. Here, in the shadow between the bookcases, you will not be overheard. Brother, I wish to speak with you before Stefan returns. His scheming is becoming unbearable. It is beyond Sir Robert's power to stop him, let alone Mother or Nathan. You are my only hope. You shrug. All families argue from time to time, but every quarrel has to end sooner or later. Yes, it will end when Stefan finally gets rid of me. As far as he's concerned, I'm a stumbling block and a stain on his father's good name. He lets me stay in the house only to avoid causing a scandal in high society, but as soon as the Brants get his precious nobility of the sword, I'll be out of the streets in the blink of an eye. DNA, you don't want for me to get kicked out of the family, do you? Please help me. I need to convince Sir Robert to adopt me and make me legitimate. After that, it won't be so easy for Stefan to dispose of me, and then I won't bear the stigma of being a bastard anymore. I know Sir Robert would agree, if only by virtue of the love he has for our mother, but Stefan is standing in the way. Tell me, will you help me? An illegitimate child who has never known her father, a stranger in the family. Gloria looks at you with hopeful, pleading eyes. You promise your sister that we'll side with her. You give Gloria a firm embrace. Ever since you were children, she has always been by your side. The two of you may have different fathers, but she is your sister and she must remain a member of this family. It is your duty to come to her aid. You will make sure Gloria becomes a Brant. Gloria lets out a sigh of relief and hugs you back. It makes me happy to know you're on my side. You wait for Stefan to come back. Your brother returns from his visit with mirthful and high spirits. This is the perfect moment to have a talk. That went splendidly, brother. Magister Elverman himself will support us. I am on a friendly footing with his son now. It won't be long before we become nobles of the sword. But why are you still up? You raised the matter of your sister. The feud between Stefan and Gloria must end. Your brother seems to be unaware of how much damage is inflicted in the family, but you know how to remedy it. The reason for everything is Gloria's lowly station. She should bear the Brant's name. Your brother assumed the board mean. Don't waste your time, brother. I know what Gloria is after. You mentioned damage to the family. Can you even fathom what this would mean for the Brante name by allowing an illegitimate child into his family, our father would cover us all with indelible shame. Several generations of Brants to come would not even dare to dream of becoming nobles of the sword. By the twin gods, I will not let that happen. You attempt to point out to Stefan that Gloria's desperate situation is leading her to more and more audacious escapades. If your sister becomes a member of the family, she will stop. Believe me, Jeanne, I want to see Gloria at peace as much as you do, but not at the cost of our entire family's future. Absolutely not. I have a different idea, and I am sure this solution will satisfy everyone involved. Good night. You let your sister know that Stefan's vehement denial. Gloria is so vexed she's shaking. So he wouldn't even hear us out? Is that it? He's willing to do anything just to drive me out, isn't it? Daly, we need to think of something. Gloria will continue her battle for the right to stay in the family, and you have promised to help her. A confession. A servant wakes you up in the middle of the night. There is a visitor of the Champion of Fate with an urgent note. You unfold the scrap of paper. Meet me at the silver tree. It is urgent. She would not summon you so late unless it was truly important. Something has happened. Is Jeanne in danger? The shining pillar is particularly bright tonight. Its light merging with the glow of the silver tree. Jeanne is not by the temple door. She is a bit further away in the square. She greets you and leads you under one of the tree's enormous roots. It is twisted and bent, forming a particular kind of growth. Jeanne, there is something I must tell you. You are the only person I can bare my soul to. Under the silver tree, no one can ever tell a lie. I will be completely honest with you. Please, offer me your guidance, or if I am to suffer for all eternity in the hereafter, then tell me this too. Slowly, you nod in return. The silver tree tranquility fills you. The woman who stands before you is not an inquisitor right now. At this moment, she is a person with all her weaknesses, mistakes, and inner conflicts. Of course, you tell her you would be glad to hear her. You will be glad to offer her guidance. Jeanne sighs heavily. He is terrified, but her resolve is stronger than her fear. The twins are law and will and love. This is what we tell everyone who comes to us for help. This is what we say so many times a day in prayer. Their law is clear to me, and I can feel their will everywhere. But what do we do about love? How am I supposed to tell their love from the worldly love that no priests are ever allowed to feel? Do you remember when we first met? It was here, a lifetime ago. We both belonged to the common lot back then. I took your hand in mine. I wanted to keep you safe at the temple, safe from the corrupting teaching of Fotis. That's when it all began. I can still remember how you blushed. All my life, service to the twins has been my only truth. I know my path and the sacrifices I had to make ever since I was a little girl. I'll never be a wife or a mother. I'll never live a life, probably a mistake, of pleasure. I have been given the gift of truth. I am one who must bring their word into the world. But you, every day I spent with you is an agony. I've gone astray. The light of the twins used to be my beacon, but you're blocking it out. This is wrong. I have prayed to the twins again and again to set me free from this emotion. I've tried hard to purge the thoughts of you from my mind, tried to see you as a test they have sent me, but I can't. You are my sin, my torture, my love. I cannot hide from this. Show me the way, please. You're the only one who can do this, and no one else. Jeanne's hazel eyes are full of tears. The branch of the silver tree glows softly above you. She is right. There is no hiding from love. You cannot resist it. Should you even try, this is a place of honesty. And this love, it fills you both. It asks no question as it guides you towards one another with great certainty. You take a step closer to Jeanne. You hear your heart is beating so hard it feels as though your ribs are about to break. Then, awkward, uncertain, but utterly sincere, a kiss. For one moment, Jeanne is paralyzed in your arms. Then she responds with passion, with all the love she has professed. This emotion, so sincere, so strong, it is a gift from the twins. This touch feels so unfamiliar to you, so frightening to her. Your bodies have never known it before, bound and shackled by years of taboo. But right now, you are both guided by something more than attraction and lust. This is love, profound and absolute, that which only they may give. With that sense of awe, you remove the veil from her head. Her hair had been so long you forgot what color it was. It was blonde and it shined like a halo in the silver tree's glow. Jeanne moves away from you. Her finger caresses your neck. You cover her palm and wrists with kisses and undo the button of her belt on her clothing. The fallen leaves are soft like the softest bed as you lay her down. You cross a line you must not cross, but the power of the divine love is irresistible. There are no secrets between you. You close your eyes. Sight is only a distraction now. You find her lips blindly. You share in her passion. Release her tenderness and put her fears to rest. As she responds to you in kind, in perfect unison, all is just as it should be. Warmth spreads through your body like a roaring fireplace on a rainy autumn day. Like a long conversation with those you hold most dear, honesty and awe, you have never felt so alive. This is more than mere intimacy. So much more. It is stronger than both of you. Time has been shattered. Minutes pass. Hours or perhaps just seconds. Together, you seem to share a furtive glance at the entire life you never lived. You lie down by her side, out of breath. Jeanne nestles closer to you. Her fingers trace the contour of your chest as you stroke her hair. When the sunrise finds you, it catches you by surprise. Jeanne's body is illuminated by the sun. She blushes and turns away. You fumble for your clothes, averting your gaze and trying in vain to hide your physical and spiritual nudity. You do not look at each other until the bodies are closed again. We We can't deny this. We can't pretend it didn't happen. But what do we do now? It was an illusion. The silver tree filled you both with love, but now the illusion is gone. It was a mistake. You have both transgressed, and there will be retribution. It's a miracle. The twins have blessed you. For such is their will. That would have been great, but no. These feelings are real. You accept the love you share. Or this is a test. So we can either say it was a mistake, but this will bring us nothing. So we can say this is an illusion, but then she will get upset. Okay. Sorry. What happened was a mistake. Neither of you were able to resist the forbidden attention, and now, sooner or later, retribution awaits. The law cannot be altered, for priests, physical love and union of the flesh are taboo. Jeanne runs her hand over her face with deep sighs. Yes, you're right. It was a mistake. You've sinned. The twins will punish us for this. We should both forget everything that happened last night. You head for the Inquisition ward together in complete silence. You try as hard as you can not to think about what happened between you. No emotion shows on Jeanne's face. This is for the best. The hum of life fills the slums of the temple district. The silver tree branches rustle above you as you go. A whisper prayer leaves your lips. A new day awaits you. You must live it righteously. Well, that was something. Okay, so I guess then this will be all for today. I have been DNA Games. Next time we'll try to see what else might happen, because I do not know. But yeah, until then, have some great days. Bye.